Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another edition of the Go Earn It podcast. And if I have to record this one more time, I don't know what I'm going to have to do with myself. Today's podcast is brought to you by none other than Go Earn It. For people that don't know what Go Earn It is, we are a lifestyle apparel brand that is not only about, selling clothes, being, the biggest brand out there. We really, truly try to motivate athletes across the country to be the best version of themselves. So if you guys want to learn more about Go Earn It, check out www.goearnit.com. I'm not going to get on a rant because I always do the long spiel about what Go Earn It is. Just check out our website. And if you happen to be on Facebook, please like our page. Check it out at Go Earn It Apparel. We are also on Instagram at Go Earn It. YouTube channel, Go Earn It as well. Snapchat, Go Earn It Apparel. Everything's Go Earn It. Especially our Twitter. Our Twitter is at Go Earn It Apparel. And speaking of Twitter, I'm sitting down today with my dude, Ian Macaroni. Ian McMahon. What's up, Ian? How are you today?
Not too much, Angel. How are you?
Good, man. Good. So my beginning spiel was about Ian being too scared to record this podcast. I don't know what's up. He's recorded with me before, and for some reason, he's just been having a little bit of trouble trying to get started. So, Ian, would you like to introduce yourself for the first time?
For the first time, I don't know how accurate most of his information was there.
Okay, go ahead.
Angel's the one freaking out a little bit.
I'm not freaking out. You're the one that was like, oh, we got to do this again. So this is like the third or fourth take. But
this is the first take. Not with Skip, though. Like you said, I'm Ian McMahon. I run the Twitter for Go Earn It. I'm part of the social media team.
Awesome. So today, it's been a while since I've done a podcast just because I've been traveling a lot. And so I wanted to finally sit down and crank one out. And who better than to sit down with our Twitter guy, Ian, talk about the brand, talk about what we've been up to, and just basically just getting content out there. That's what we're about. We want, not only our brand to grow, but we really want athletes to know who we are and what we stand for. So for starters, I would like to talk a little bit about how Go Earn's been. The last couple of months, it's been just a crazy roller coaster, especially for myself traveling all the time. About 2 weeks ago, I went on a three-state trip in 7 days. So from Sunday to Sunday, I went from St. Charles, Missouri, which was the Lindenwood Open, which was a big college open. From then, I drove over to Kansas City to hang out with a buddy of mine, stay there for a little bit. And then I drove down to Oklahoma City to go to the Sooner State Games, which was in Oklahoma. It was kind of like it was day before Thanksgiving. It was a Thanksgiving kind of tournament, so to speak, open. Hundreds of kids were there. It was a great experience. And then after that, I shot right back up to Illinois, and I had to obviously spend Thanksgiving with the family. But right after that, I hopped right back on the road, and I was in Ohio. So Ohio was a great trip as well. I was at Walsh High School, which they hosted a little youth wrestling tournament. Not that big, but it was more or less just getting out there and talking to parents and just getting these little kids motivated. So if you guys want to check out any of those videos, I've already created them. They're on our YouTube channel. Like I said, our YouTube channel is at Go Earn It. Check those out. They're just 4 or 5 minute videos of just highlights of a little bit of photos mixed in with videos, and it's all about getting that content out there. We really want people to know what we do as a brand. So, Ian, speak. I feel like I'm going on a rant. I don't want to go on too long. I want you to speak a little bit.
No,
so
you're good.
For Ian, we'll start off with this. Ian is like I said before, our Twitter guy, but Ian's been around Go Earn It much longer than him ever being part of the social media team. So, Ian, why don't you shine light on how you came about Go Earn It? Talk that quick 5-minute story about how you met myself. Before that, Brian, the owner. Just go ahead.
Right. So right around the time Garnet was starting, Brian was just trying to get the name out there. So we had a tournament in Benton, Illinois. My dad was the high school coach. So Brian called my dad and asked if he and Kevin, Brian's brother, who could come down to the tournament and just get the name out there, give away some T-shirts, stuff like that. So, of course, my dad said yes. And from then on, it was probably 5, 6, 7 years ago, Brian came down. So we just got acclimated to being around Brian and the Garnet brand, just kind of learning about what that was. And then it just became an annual thing of meeting up with Brian at tournaments, going to the Midwest Nationals, going back to our tournament, meeting up like that. And then meeting up with Angel. So about a year ago, I came onto the Garnet social media team doing Twitter. And it wasn't until about 5 or 6 months after I gained that I met Angel, who does everything. I mean, he's the man.
Appreciate it.
No problem. So met Angel actually in Florida. We met up in Daytona Beach, Florida.
By coincidence, too.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Weird.
I happened to be on vacation.
And I was on a trip to NWCA Coaches Convention.
And then I called Brian a couple days before we were leaving. I was like, I see you guys are going to Daytona Beach. I'm going to Daytona Beach. Let's collaborate.
Yeah.
So I met up with him, met some great people at the NWCA convention. That was a highlight of my vacation.
Yeah, it was definitely a good time. If for those that don't know, earlier in the year, we started a brand campaign called the Going at 50. Very ambitious goal, but it's something that we strive not only for ourselves, but as a company to really represent what Go Earn It means. You know, we don't just want to be a brand name and just say the name. We want to truly embody what Go Earn It means. So we planned on doing this, this marketing brand campaign called the Go Earn It 50, where I travel, sometimes with myself. Majority of the time I'm by myself, but sometimes the owner, Brian Stout, tags along as well. And we're going to 50 states in 50 weeks. I'm, I believe, 11 states down. And I got 39 more go. So I mean, I'm super stoked about that. Just the amount of miles I've driven doesn't compare to the amount of people that I've met. I've met a lot more people.
Most definitely.
And it's truly a pleasure. Just to get to meet new people every day. You know, that's what the brand's about. Letting people know what we're about. So. It's great to see you, Ian. Like I said, I'm so glad I met you. I think you really know what we're about as a brand, and I think that's why Brian not only believes in you, but really cares for you. So I'm sure you know that for yourself, but I want you to know personally that, like, you know, I'm glad I'm friends with you, and you got a bright future ahead of you. So
really appreciate it.
For sure.
So you touched up on a little bit about the Going at 50. You touched on a little bit on the past. So what's in the future for the Going at 50?
So great question, Ian. In the future, I mean, it's so crazy because I want to shine light on this first. You know, as busy as I think I am, it's a lot busier at our headquarters. Brian and the team at Go Earn It, they've been cranking out team orders left and right. It's unbelievable. We keep breaking basically what our goals are. We keep breaking them by miles and miles and miles, and it's awesome because what better way to keep working hard and seeing awesome results, you know? So I just want them to know how much I appreciate how hard they work, because, you know, it may seem like all fun and games for myself getting the travel and whatnot, but I really do appreciate the opportunity I've been given, and I'm really proud of the work I've done, but I'm a lot more proud of what Brian and everybody at Go Earn It has done. So, not to get on too much of a rant about Brian and what he's been doing. For the future, Go Earn It. Starting the next week, I'm back on the road. So right now I'm in Benton, Illinois. I'm here for a 2-day event. Today was a high school 16-team dual tournament. Turned out really well for us. We met a lot of parents, a lot of coaches, a lot of people. It was a great experience, and I'll be making a video for that for this event this weekend, coming out later this week. Tomorrow will be a youth tournament. That's going to be awesome. We're going to see over 300 kids battle it out. But then I'm on the road again starting next weekend. I'm going to Texas, Fort Worth, Texas, for the Central Holiday Classic. It's going to be a great tournament. And then after that, I come back, and I believe there's a break. And then, actually, no, there's not a break. After that, we're going to be at the...
Never a break.
Yeah, we're going to be at the Dvorak. So
Okay.
we're going to Harlem High School. So anybody out there that is going to be locally around, that area, please check out the Dvorak, because the Dvorak's one of the biggest Illinois tournaments. Huge tournaments, but even, more importantly, the level of competition. It's no joke. So I'm excited to be there, get content, meet great wrestlers and great teams. It's going to be awesome. After that, man, in January, it's going to be nuts. Just to give a little quick preview, the first week of January, I will be going to California. And I'm going to be spending about 2 weeks, not 2 weeks, 10 days. I go from California up to Washington, and then a couple more states are in the works right now, so I don't want to give away too much yet. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's the next 2 months are gonna be nuts for me. So
we had a Twitter poll. Do you ever sleep?
Do I ever sleep? Yeah, I do. I probably should get more sleep. But for me, like I tell everybody that asks me about Go Earn It and what I like about it and whatnot, it's just crazy to see how much a company can grow based off of just working hard. And it directly relates to wrestling. The harder you work, the better you get.
Most definitely.
And the bigger the prize you get, and that's a cool thing for me. It's I get to help build the brand that means something important, not only to myself, but it should mean a lot to everybody. Go Earn It is something that I think everybody can utilize as a brand. Even if we don't sell you anything or give you apparel, like just knowing about what we do should in itself influence people. That's the biggest thing. I really try to preach that. Ask me this, Ian. How was today for some of these little kids? Like what did I do for these little kids, that would come by the booth? We were tossing free stuff, just to get them going,
Definitely. Angels walking around everywhere, getting people's attention and letting them know about the brand. Like, we're giving headbands away, T-shirts. Yeah. Putting them on our Snapchat story, and they're seeing their faces light up, and you're giving them that little bit of motivation to get them through that next match. Yeah,
it doesn't. It really fires me up when I see like a little Timmy come up, and he's like either bummed that he didn't do well in a match or excited that he just won his match, whatever it may be. The fact when I give him something for free, and it's not about the free part, but the fact that I'm giving him something because he earned it, or because it should motivate him to earn it, it means everything to me. And that's what it's all about. These trips, these tournaments, everything. That's what Go Earn It means. When I look back at this Go Earn It 50, I hope that people realize that I wasn't doing it just for a company. I was doing it to better myself and to better people, influence others that I've never met before. It's going to be cool looking back saying I met over thousands of, think about this. We were in Florida and we met 300 coaches alone.
For sure.
That's one day, and I've been doing this for the past 3 months now.
Yeah.
So it's going to be crazy looking back at all the relationships I've made, but also the networking.
The networks, for sure.
Yeah, that's a cool thing. I would have never thought that I could have a guy like Steve Mocco on my contact list, or a coach like Mike Powell that I can text every now and then and say, hey, or, anybody that has been on this podcast and that I've been able to speak to. It's been a privilege. So I'm super excited. The best is just yet to come. This is the tip of the iceberg. You haven't seen the whole thing yet, and it's still getting there. So
you talked a little bit about breaking your goals over getting a higher expectation to what you guys even thought, and you've had, leading as a result of that, you've even had to break walls down at, like you talked about, the warehouse. I mean, everything's just rolling and getting bigger and better.
Yeah, that's the cool thing. It's we're expanding not only our awareness, but in-house we're getting bigger. We're eventually gonna have to have a bigger location. So we're gonna relocate soon. Hopefully we'll be in multiple locations. It's not out of the realm that you will hear about a Go-Earn-It other hub headquarters in another state, and that's within the reality of like a year, which is very cool. I hope we have the opportunity to do something like that. So we're live right now?
Yeah, we're live on Instagram. We got 8 people.
8 people?
Yep.
We'll see. We'll let this go for 2-3 minutes, see how long it lasts, see if we got any questions.
We can get some questions.
So yeah, guys, if you happen to be on our Instagram live right now, checking us out, ask away. Ask anything about Go-Earn-It, what we do, what you're curious about, anything. Literally go.
All right, we just got a question from Wes_Chanel.
Wes Chanel, what up? What up?
He says, how did you come up with the idea for the brand?
Well, that's a great question, buddy. I would recommend you go check out the first episode of this podcast. So if you have SoundCloud, Apple, whatever it may be, whatever platform you listen to podcasts, check out the first episode. I myself, I feel it's not right for me to answer that question just because this is not my brand. I'm part of Go-Earn-It. Brian Stout is the one who created this brand. So he has an incredible story about his brother and why he went into Go-Earn-It. So check that out.
All right, our next question is from Ryan House, 1012-502.
All righty.
Angel, what's your favorite wrestling move?
My favorite wrestling move? That's a great question. I would say in high school, I like duck unders for sure.
Yeah.
And then towards college, I was really big on ankle picks and double legs.
Right.
I fell in love with ankle picks a lot. I'm a short, stocky wrestler, so if a guy was hanging heavy on front foot, I would go for picks. So, next question.
I'm going to touch upon that question too.
Yeah, go ahead.
For me, high crotch to a double.
Oh, there you go.
Big high crotch guy.
Yeah.
Set up.
Yeah.
I loved it.
I feel like the double is just it's such a awesome takedown. It's so basic, but
it's everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, there's a reason why Jordan Burroughs is like the best at double leg takedowns. It's just because it's an awesome move. And if you can perfect it, I mean, it's unstoppable.
I'm very convinced that Jordan Burroughs could play in the NFL.
I believe it. Yeah, I could see that for sure.
100%.
Yeah.
Okay, our next question is from Hero Jojo.
Hero Jojo, what's up, dude?
He wants to know if we still sell headbands.
We do, buddy.
Definitely.
Catch us at a tournament. We don't really sell them online, so it'd have to be at a tournament next time we're in your area, whatever state you're in. I will make sure that I bring headbands and make sure you come out and visit.
Okay, River and Stream says, how much are y'all's bags?
How much are y'all's bags? That is a great question. I would say go check out the website, www.goearnit.com. You will find the price there.
Oh, Wes_Chanel is back again. He says,
what's up? Back again.
He says his favorite move is the spider, and it's his first year.
Oh, hey, well, he's listening right now. Good luck to you. Keep working hard. That first year is always going to be tough, but it's the most exciting because you're learning. So keep it up.
Wes wants to know again. He has bad knees. How could I do a good shot without my knees?
I would say you gotta if you got bad knees and this is your first year, I don't know how long you're gonna last in the sport of wrestling, but if you can just rehab, take time to recover your body. If your knees are bad now, there's no point of forcing it. So take your time with it. It's a slow process. Wrestling's a very, very, very physically taxing sport, and if you don't take care of your body, you're just not gonna be happy. So
I agree with Angel 100%. But like another move you could do is if you really get good at underhooks and just do a snatch single. Isaiah Martinez does it a lot, and it works for him.
Yep.
Ryan House wants to know forever in Indiana.
Ryan, great question. I am in the works of booking something in the next 2 months for Indiana. But if you have any suggestions for me, please hit me up, DM, Go Earn It. Let us know any tournaments that you think we would be happy to be at.
Galaxy Soul 13 says, do you guys come to North Carolina? Another Go Earn It 50 question.
Do we? Yes. Also, like I answered the previous question, please DM us. If you have a great tournament that you think Go Earn It should be at, please let me know. I'll reach out to whoever I have to reach out to, and I would be happy to get out to North Carolina. North Carolina is in the works. I just have to figure out which one I'm going to go to. There's a bunch of tournaments that I have in mind, and so if you happen to have one that you think is worth it, please DM us and let me know.
Okay, David_Devani says, bro, hook me up with that wrestling merch.
David, I will not hook you up with that wrestling merch because you have to earn it. So my suggestion is keep working hard, and maybe in the future I can do something for you.
This is actually a pretty good question that I don't know a lot about, but 100% yet. But it's Jared Zamora 147 says, what do you guys think about the Fresno State wrestling team?
That is a good question. I would say what are you asking exactly about it?
I think he's asking because they're a first-year program.
Yeah, they're a new program. Then if that's your question, I would say it's too early to tell. You don't know yet. I think it's incredible that they got to be a team, and I think it's important that more and more teams are becoming teams. It sucks that you see some colleges lose their programs because of the popularity, and if we can reverse that and get more teams to start growing, and especially in women's wrestling, a lot more college teams are getting approved. So it's too early to tell right now.
Okay, Logan Andrews 637 says, who's your favorite wrestler in the NCAA?
Right now?
Right now. That's what I'm assuming. Can you confirm, is it right now or all time?
Yeah, so all time, in my opinion, I'm a sucker for bandwagon hopping, but Jordan Burroughs, you can't deny the man what he's done. He's great. He's the definition of greatness in the sport of wrestling. So all-time Jordan Burroughs. Right now, who I'm enjoying, that's a tough one. I'm a sucker for Illinois too, so Imar right now. What?
No, yeah, keep going.
What were you gonna say?
You're good.
Was I wrong? What? Oh, yeah, you're right. My bad. Then I would say, I'm sorry. For some reason, I thought he had another year.
Then in the RTC now.
Yeah, that's right.
With another Illinois guy, Brian Medlin, who just took that over.
Yeah, I forgot that he's out, man. That's how much I've been traveling. I've been just so busy. Like
I'm big on Kyle Snyder right now.
Yeah, here's the thing with Kyle Schneider. I want to see him just dominate, and he does that.
He does,
but it's crazy. He treats this college like this is like practice, I would say, for him, because he's chasing gold. So
sure.
Him at the weight he's at, and just he's a monster, And I think
Another guy I feel like could play in the NFL. I mean, look at him.
yeah.
He looks like
I mean,
an outside
he's thinking
linebacker.
about fighting, so I hope to see him in the UFC because if that's what he's going after, I'm super excited.
Galaxy Soul 13 says again, what would be the best way to develop some speed with wrestling? That's a tough one.
I mean, I'm no expert, so I don't want to say the wrong thing or recommend something, but I would say definitely any way you can get your cardio up, because your cardiovascular system is going to help build your endurance, which will make you quicker, faster. So basically anything that's going to get that heart race going and get your cardio up.
Okay, what else we got on here?
I can't believe I didn't remember that.
Kyle for the win. Purdue is looking fresh. No coffee, no worky.
Yeah, that's right, man. No coffee, no worky for me. That's how it works.
Stacky Dot.
Stocky, what's up, brother? Stocky's
I don't know how to say that. It says, did you wrestle as a kid?
I didn't, and I really try to preach that story to a lot of people. I started my freshman year of high school, and I think it was a good and bad thing. Bad thing for me because I really cared about wrestling as I grew older, and I wish I would have spent more time on it. But on the flip side, I'm glad I started as a freshman because I'm proud of what I've done, because not many people have had the success that I did. And I don't mean like I was ever successful, but for myself, I accomplished a lot, and I was really happy. So I started my freshman year of high school. When did you start, Stocky?
While we wait on Stocky's answer, David Devani says, how did you do in high school? You touched up on that a little bit.
Yeah, honestly, I was a mediocre wrestler. There's nothing special about me, and I don't brag at all about what I've done. I qualified for state my senior year, and that's it. Simple as that. And I certainly, obviously, wish that I could have done more, but I'm proud of what I've done because, starting as a freshman in high school, as a JV wrestler, I went like 30 and 46. Like I had a crazy record.
30 and 46.
No, it was like it was like 28 and 30 or something. But still, it was a great experience for me. I wrestled 4 years, and then I got to wrestle a little bit in college. So.
Maxwell _ Horner in 1967 wants to know, what takedown would you prefer? We already covered this a little bit.
Yeah, takedown, double, or ankle pick for me.
Definitely. Ali.A556 says, lat drop or head and arm?
Lat drop.
Lat drop for sure.
Yeah, I would go lat drop.
Drop a dude on his head.
Yeah.
It says, Galaxy says, okay, thanks, because I've dropped down from 160 to 145, and I'm a little slower than most of the people I wrestle.
There you go.
Stocky replied, he started wrestling when he was 4.
Stocky, awesome. I'm very, very happy for you. Keep going. Don't stop wrestling. It's going to take you far. You're going to learn a lot, and it's going to teach you a
lot. David, we both wrestled in Illinois, and did you go to Marengo High School?
I did.
Yep, Marengo High School in Illinois. Logan Andrews wants to know if you were ever a state champion.
No, not at all. No. Like I said, I'm proud of what I did, but I wasn't. I don't brag about what I did. I'm just happy. It's all about the sport, what you learn from it, and I'm happy to give back in this way. It's about you guys. It's about the stories that motivate others to be better. So. No, I was a average wrestler, but I enjoyed it a lot, and it's brought me a lot of opportunity.
And your story really speaks volumes too. Like a lot of people, like they don't really aren't around wrestling until they're high school and they see it.
Yeah.
Like you started your freshman year, and like you said, your senior year, you're qualifying for state.
Yeah. And for me, that was like the biggest accomplishment. And for some, you might laugh at that or say that's a joke, but honestly, it's about what you are proud of when you work hard, and I was proud of that.
And just this goes right along. Just keep rolling on. Logan Andrews says, "Why did you start wrestling? What got you
I
into it?
started wrestling. The God honest truth was my football coach told me I had to wrestle to get better at football. And
100%.
And when I learned that I was excelling better at wrestling, I loved wrestling more. I was always a football guy, but when you're 5'9" and can't move that fast, there's not much opportunity. But it doesn't matter what size you are in wrestling. If you work hard and you're tough, you find success. And I loved wrestling because of the fact that it's an individual sport. If you win, you win. If you lose, you lose. It's nobody else on that excuse rant. There's nothing to point towards, or you can't point at 10 other guys on the field and say that was your fault. It's all my fault, or it's all my success.
3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1, exactly.
Yep.
3 periods, 2 opponents, 1 champion, 0 excuses.
Oh, Josh Melton, great question.
What's up, Josh?
How do you use others' doubt as fuel?
That's a great question. We actually, Josh, if you get a chance, go to Amazon.com, search Go Earn It. We have great graphic tees. I came up with this idea. It's called the T-shirt that I specifically gave my thoughts on. It's called Let Them Doubt. And as far as that goes, what was the question?
How do you use others' doubt as fuel?
I would say it's not about them. It's about you. And it's obviously some type of motivation to have people doubting you, but you got to look at it this way. If you're not doing it for yourself, first off, what's the point? So don't think about the others. Think about yourself first. And if they doubt you, guess what? Let them doubt. That's my saying. Let them doubt, because if you work hard enough, it doesn't matter.
Josh, just to add on that, and for the rest of you guys, I want to see your responses on what Go Earn It means to you. When you first hear Go Earn It, what's the first thing that pops into your head? To answer a few questions, I was waiting for some responses. If you looked up to someone in wrestling, who would it be?
I'm not too sure what he means by that.
I think he might mean
just like a wrestler,
yeah.
Probably a Kyle Schneider or a Jordan Burroughs.
Mm-hmm.
The top level guys. The guys that have defied, what people have said. Kyle Schneider's 3 or 4 years younger than me, and it's incredible what he's done.
Oh, sure.
It's you can't even comprehend it sometimes when you think about all the stuff he's done at such a young age. And he's going against men, from other countries and winning gold. So definitely a guy like Kyle Schneider would be someone I would look up to 100%.
We're getting some responses on what is Go Earn It mean. Brendan Moss says it's the best clothing brand in the best sport.
For sure. Shout out to Brandon Moss. What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Landon Lakes says, earn what you deserve.
That's a good one.
Ali says, how do you feel when you lose to someone and you come back a tournament later because of hard work? Is what Go Earn It means.
That's a good one.
There you go.
Yeah, that's for sure. I know that I've lost to kids in the past that I've always wanted to get a win from, and for some of them I didn't, but for the ones that I did, it's rewarding. It's great. But like I always say, it's always about yourself,
Yeah. Galaxy Soul 13 says, taking my future and what I work for into my own hand.
That's perfect, man.
Yeah, definitely. Achieve and receive. Short and sweet right there.
Yeah, that's a good one. All right, we're gonna let's take 5 more questions. And
5 more questions.
Wrap it up.
All right, next 5 people.
Are you facing me? Like, are you looking at me the whole time?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I can't tell like how many people are viewing right now.
10 right now.
There you go.
I think we've had like.
Hey, 10 is better
11 going up.
10, 11 is better than 0. So I appreciate you guys watching right now.
Josh Melton wants to know, what are some things only wrestlers do? Cut weight.
Cut weight, starve themselves, work out 6 times a day, practice 6 times a day, travel to tournaments on their weekends instead of hanging out with their friends. Wrestlers do what others don't, is work hard.
Definitely.
That's what it comes down to.
How would you guys best defend against leg riding?
That's a good one. I was actually coaching at my old high school, and we've been working on a lot of things. And I think one of the biggest things that some of the kids at Marengo have to work on is having legs ridden on you. So I would say you can't get yourself caught up in it. Really don't expose yourself as far as when you're in referee's position. Mm-hmm. Keep tight. Don't expose your hips. A lot of guys, I always preach, when you start on bottom, you do whatever it takes to get up. A stand-up, standing switch, a switch, but you got to go all out, balls out, because if you hesitate and you freeze, that's when guys capitalize on throwing in the legs, crossface. So I would say anticipate the whistle and just go.
I'd say, just to add on that, if a guy does get his legs in pretty deep, I would just try to sit on it, get it into a crab ride, and fight hands immediately.
Yep, exactly. That's really the only way you got to defend it. And if you have trouble doing that, just keep working on it. Have people put legs on you.
Okay. Landon Lakes wants to know why do wrestlers get all the girls?
That's a good question, man. Because we're the hardest workers and the most rewarding. I mean, I don't know. That's a silly question, but
yeah.
I would hope chicks dig wrestlers. I mean, we work hard, so show some love for us.
There you go. Okay. What is last question we're gonna take here?
Okay.
What is some advice on being a freshman wrestler at 113 and with a GPA dropping low?
That's a good question. What's his name?
Oh, here we go. Where'd it go? Jared Zamora.
Jared. I would recommend, if your GPA is lowering, I would recommend you got to get school in check first. I mean, wrestling comes second. Education comes first. Really sit down with your coaches, see what you can do. You can always find tutors. You can always find extra help. Stay after school. I mean, there's no excuse to work hard in school. So, as far as being a freshman, that's nice because you got a long career of school and wrestling. So don't worry too much about the wrestling aspect. Get your GPA up.
I'm gonna add something onto that and turn the camera around. So one thing you got to think about, because you are in another sport right now. You are in a sport. You're competing. You got to think about your teammates. For your GPA to be dropping low during wrestling season it's the truth, but it's selfish. I mean, so you got to take accountability there. And if you're gonna earn it in practice, you gotta earn it in the classroom so you can be on the mat. Good.
We'll take one more.
One more question.
Yeah, take one more. I'm actually having fun with this. This is a good experience.
Go-to move from top bottom.
Go-to move from bottom or both?
Both. So we'll start with top. Favorite.
Top. I'm basic. Chop the arm, get a 2-on-1, work off of that. Mm-hmm. It's very basic, simple. Bottom, always stand up. I really took the time and effort to work on standing up. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's a basic move, but it's always fundamentals with being good at wrestling.
Yeah, for me, on top, I was a really big spiral ride guy. Just breaking them
down. There you go, yeah.
Crossfist down.
Very effective,
On bottom, really big, like you said, stand-ups, or my go-to move is probably a switch, and then depending on how much space I got, just knee slide up to it.
For sure.
Stand up, again.
All right, well, let's wrap this up with the live. Thank you guys for listening. I appreciate it. Be sure to subscribe. Check us out later. This podcast will drop later next week. So you'll be featured on it as we talk right now. It'll be recorded, so please check it out. Subscribe. SoundCloud, Apple Music, Stitcher Radio, TuneIn. We're everywhere. So go to Go Earn It Podcast and listen to this episode. Thank you, guys. Cut it off.
All right. We're signing off here. See you.
All right. Yeah, that was great. That was awesome. Good experience. Let's wrap it up, Ian. So it was good finally getting to sit down, crank out a podcast. I really enjoyed that. The listeners chiming in, sending questions. I'm an idiot for forgetting that Imar is not wrestling anymore. I don't know why. That just That's called a brain fart for sure.
Yeah.
So,
It happens to the best of us. You know?
Exactly. It's been a long week for me. Ian, you want to cover anything? I mean,
We've got pretty much everything. I mean, that's going on in the loop right now.
Yeah,
so everybody's caught up.
Guys, I just want to say thank you for the people that take the time out to listen to me. Just talk on this mic. It's crazy to even say that, you know. And I really appreciate it. I appreciate everybody taking the time to follow Go Earn It. I really hope that everybody's doing well, reaching out for your goals, and just getting after it. So we're signing out.
I'm Ian.
I'm Angel. Take it easy, guys.
See you guys.